My name is author Shaheen Jedian, author of 42 books, films, and meditations. Today I'm inviting you to the trauma release meditation. Pain release meditation. This meditation will walk you through a very powerful space in order to release and vacuum out all of the trauma and many other conflicts. To begin, make sure you're in a comfortable, quiet space where if you were to doze off a bit, it would be perfectly okay. To begin, take a deep breath in.
You can begin to relax and take a deep breath and visualize, feel, sense yourself as you're walking alongside a beautiful lake. So you're walking alongside a beautiful lake. And there are no people for miles and miles. To one side of you is a large lake. A large lake. You examine this lake very carefully. It's a very calm lake. There are no waves and no ripples. No waves and no ripples. No waves or no ripples on this lake. It's serene and it reflects the scenery like glass. Surrounding this lake are woods. There are tall trees protecting you as you enjoy your walk. You look beyond the lake and you see a beautiful mountain. This mountain represents your future. It's full of hopes, dreams, and success. You can't wait to climb this mountain because you know it will bring you peace and solitude. As you walk along the side of the lake, you come upon a large pile of rocks. You cannot get to the mountain because the large pile of rocks is in your way. The large pile of rocks represents the traumatic events or pain or anxiety that you had in your life. Each rock represents all the different emotions and feelings that you have suppressed and that you're trying to get out. In order to get rid of these thoughts and emotions, you must hurl each rock into the lake.
And now we're getting deeper into abuse release meditation. Getting deeper now. So it's really time to neutralize the impact of all the possible verbal abuse feelings in the mind or past trauma or any abandonment. Is that alright with you? Now, no matter how many times you've heard those negative words, in the past from people coming, whether it was in a relationship, whether it was a rejection, or possibly from role models, people you respected, people you grew up with, people that didn't give you the acceptance that you wanted, or as you just went through life, we all pick up those negative vibes, and sometimes we hold on to them and carry them with us, sometimes kind of like a luggage or a black bag. You ever felt like you're carrying something heavy with you and you just want to release it? Do you ever have that feeling where it's like you just want to let go of some things? So today's the day. So we're going to completely neutralize their impact so that we get to keep who you are as a person, but just neutralize the emotions that have added on to things when it's no longer necessary. So what I'd like you to do is walk down the hall of your spa until you get to your recording studio. It's right there. Let me know when you've found it. There's a little recording studio. Just nod your head when you get into there. Cool. Now step inside and notice the shelves full of audio cassettes. These recordings contain everything that's ever been said to you, about you, around you, or by you. These are like audio cassettes of your whole life. There are lots of them in 3 groups. The first groups are the positive tapes of all the kind, encouraging, positive statements of your life. We'll leave them as they are today. The second group are of neutral statements. We'll leave them alone today as well. Please walk over to the third group. These contain all the negative, unkind, discouraging statements said to you, about you, around you, or by you, even those you said to yourself. Now don't listen to any of them. These unkind recordings may contain things like any words that ever hurt you, any words you ever used to hurt others or yourself, any words of rejection, any insult, any taunts, any name calling, any secrets that ever hurt you, any judgments towards yourself, any criticisms that ever hurt you, any expectations or promises that hurt you, any threats that made against you or anyone else, any statements that forced you to do anything you didn't want to do, any arguments or fights that frightened you, any silences that ever hurt you, just those deep silence feelings that you know, any hurtful words spoken under the influence of anger, drugs, or alcohol, any lies told to you or about you, or any lies you felt you had to tell for any reason, any slander, gossip, or accusations that ever hurt you, any excuses, rationales, or dreams that ever hurt you, any words you ever read that hurt you, any words at all that ever hurt you, and any words you ever used to hurt others or yourself. Cassette tapes are plastic on the outside, as you know, and the inside are long tapes containing bits of magnetized metal. Anything recorded on the tapes puts the metal bits in a certain order, and it is done so magnetically. This means that the contents of the tapes can also be undone magnetically. Now, what I want you to do is look over to the floor on the side of your studio, that recording inside, and notice the horseshoe magnet there, and nod your head when you notice it. You know that big magnet, right? It's so big, right, that when you pick it up, and you do pick it up now, it stands all the way from the floor up to your waist. This is a big magnet we're talking about. and it will scramble the metallic bits inside all the negative cassettes and neutralize all those old ugly words from the past. Is that all right with you? All you have to do is point your magnet at the negative cassettes, and the impact of their words will be erased. So when I count to 3 and do a friendly finger snap, let's do it. When you're finished, say done, so I'll know. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Excellent. Any left that didn't erase? Always check. Go ahead and check it again. Make sure that the task was done. Let me help you with that. I have a great big magnet too. Can I help out? There. All done. Is there any left? Okay. So what I'd like you to do now is notice that it's not about deleting the memories, but it's just about neutralizing them. So go ahead and pick up that magnet and notice that when you put that magnet into next to those tapes, it's not that the tapes get erased, but rather they get neutralized. Neutralized means they come to the position where they were at the beginning. They're still memories and emotions. You're still functioning at an ideal level, but the impact of the emotions, the charge on the emotions, are just kind of becoming softer. Is that all right with you? Okay, go ahead and pick up that magnet and neutralize them. This time with the new knowledge that you're only neutralizing, not deleting. Go ahead. Cool. Was it a little bit different this time? Excellent. So you got them all? That's great. Now shall we destroy them? Awesome. Let's destroy the tapes. Okay, find a way to destroy them. You can burn them up in a furnace, blow them up in the sun, truck them away to the dump, whatever works. Let me know when you're done. This is your call. Awesome. Now notice how much better you feel now that all those old ugly words are gone. Those recordings cannot play back anymore because you neutralize them, because you remove the impact of all those old hurtful words. From now on, you will live a more subtle, neutral, happier life without them because you just don't need them anymore. Awesome. Take a deep breath in again and exhale twice as long. And on your exhale, throw away any last remnants into the ocean and let the wave of the ocean take them away. Only keeping those things that help you to be the best of who you can be. So no matter how many times you used to hear those old hurtful words, they're now entirely erased, fully gone, completely ineffective, utterly neutralized, and you will feel great about this. What a relief. Notice how much lighter you feel, how much better you feel, how much more calm and in control of your life you are. Now we have one more thing to do. You ready? Every recording studio has a playback area, right? Like a chair with a set of headphones. You know, are you familiar with that? Like when you see recording studios, right? So go ahead and find it and have a seat. Go ahead and find that chair where you can listen to playbacks of like songs and stuff, and find a seat. So find it and have a seat. In a moment, you're going to put on the headphones. You'll hear words of approval, of praise. You'll hear the exact positive words you most need to hear right now. I don't know whose voice or voices you'll hear, but you'll know who's speaking. Go ahead, put on the headphones and hear the positive words you most need to hear right now. Now you can also see pictures, feel it in your vibes, in your stomach, wherever it is you need to feel it. Go ahead and hear, feel, sense. And let me know when you're done by nodding your head. Take your time on this one. Take your time. Good. Excellent. Now we're going to go to the next stage. In the next stage, we're going to add a special repeat option. It's called the perpetual repeat option. Do you know what perpetual means? Okay, cool. So now it's time to record a fresh tape of a positive phrase which brings joy to your heart. And nod your head when you have this phrase and repeat it to me. Give me any phrase that's positive and brings joy to your heart, that you'd like to hear constantly in your subconscious mind. This could be an affirmation, a phrase, a word, a keyword, something someone says that puts you in that state. Go ahead and tell me what that is. Something that brings a deep smile to you. Something that lets you know you're worthwhile. Your self-worth just gets reignited.
I don't know.
Huh? Okay, let's build one. I want you to recall a time when someone told you something that really, really meant something to you. Or recall even a friend that said it to another friend. It could be something you even saw in the movies. It could be anywhere. As long as it's positive and it brings a joy to your heart. You know everything right now? Okay. Do you have anything negative? Yeah?
No.
Okay, so you're like in neutral zone right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if you do have something negative, you can just make it the opposite and then it'll be the positive. And if you don't have anything, right, then we just want to put something in the recording, right? Because we want to make sure that we fill up the recording with the things you want. So take a moment. You could start something simple like I am something positive. It doesn't even have to feel like, it doesn't have to feel right away, but over time it becomes like that. So even if you just know it, you don't feel it, you can tell me what that is. Go ahead, I am, or give me a sentence. I want you to give yourself a compliment here, that's all. Go ahead, come on. Be generous with it. Throw one out there. I won't tell anyone. Yeah. You're a spark of God, so whatever beauty God has, you have it in you too. Right? Think of anything God has and you can give that compliment to yourself. I am loving. Awesome. Okay. So should we put that in the perpetual repeat option? Cool. So now it's time to record that fresh tape of a positive phrase which brings joy to your heart. So nod your head when you have that phrase and repeat it to me.
Something else?
No, that same phrase.
Okay.
I am.
I'm loving.
Go ahead. Say it 3 times. Awesome. Now we're gonna click the repeat button before leaving the studio. Is that okay with you? So this way your positive praise and affirmation repeats always and forever. Okay? I'm gonna go ahead and click that button with you. Ready? Ding. Cool. I'd like to add some suggestions. Are you open to some suggestions? Awesome. From this moment on, when you take a deep breath, your subconscious mind is immediately going to become reminded of the power and the beauty that you have inside, even if you don't necessarily feel it right away. Your subconscious mind will connect with your higher self, the part of you that innately knows who you are and what you're here to do and what you're intended to do and your purpose. The part of you that already is perfect and has achieved the perfection, only waiting to bring it now down into the material goodness. From this moment on, when you walk into the thresholds of your household, when you walk into the doors, whether it's your car or your household, a surge of energy just runs down through your spine, just rushing down all the way through your spine, allowing
that deeper spark of the essence of the highest part of your greatest point of being.
But it's there all the time, all along, allowing that power to just come out. Go ahead and take another deep breath in. Go ahead and just swallow your saliva for a moment. And as you swallow your saliva, allow this in the future to act as a post-hypnotic suggestion, so that every time you swallow your saliva or take that deep breath in, allowing this to act as a powerful surge of a unique vibration, something powerful like a compliment, some few voices just appearing to letting you know the value and the self-worth and confidence that you are, you deserve, and you already have inside, allowing all of those things to come from within, from deep at the core of your being, from your subconscious, routing directly to your higher self, the part of you, your neshama, the part of you that already knows your value, the part of you that the value is always there regardless of what happens to you, the value that remains innately part of who you are in an authentic fashion. Is that all right with you? Cool. Can I give you a tissue? There you go. From this moment on, when you begin noticing the opposite sex in relationships, or anyone that's just outside of who you are in your own body and your mind and your thoughts, you immediately get filled with a surge of energy, this beautiful kind of electric feeling inside your body that you're perfectly okay without this person being in your life, even though you might pursue to become part of this person's friendship or love affair. And an amazing surge of energy just comes down through you, knowing full well that you can and you should really fall deeply inside in love with yourself first and foremost. And only then, when your cup is overflowing with a powerful, supercharged flow of loving kindness, only then allowing yourself to share that with others in order to avoid any depletion. Is that all right with you? From this moment on, allow your subconscious mind, allow it to play that powerful voice of deep intuition for you, letting you know immediately when you're in situations when you're just giving too much of yourself over, to immediately become aware with your intuitions and to withdraw immediately, so that you can go back to your own reserve and fill up your own unique cup, allowing self-care to become a huge part of your life, so that on an everyday basis you have time for self-care, breathing, taking care of yourself, whatever that may mean to you. From this moment on, allow all relationships to be neutral, so that you can look at them as they are without any previous notions. Letting go of the past is gone, the past is finished, allowing yourself to start this moment like a fresh flower. I want you to go ahead and visualize yourself like a flower. Notice this flower that's closed. Can you do that for me? And now visualize yourself, this flower just opening up softly through the seasons, and allow the sun, the ray of the sun just hitting your flower, allowing that flower to just opening up like the heart, just super open, allowing it to open up, feeling very safe, relaxed, soothed, knowing full well that you're protected by the light. Even though in the world of illusion, we may experience a bit of closeness or hurt or pain, but knowing that this flower can open up, just like the season sometimes closes and opens with the flowers. Have you noticed the seasons when the flowers kind of close up and open up? No matter what happens in our life, there's a season that flower can open up again. And today's the day. Go ahead and just open that flower just a bit more. How open is it right now? It's open. Awesome. I want you to notice, as this flower is opening up, notice the different little creatures like the bee passing by, and the wind, and the different people that come to smell the flower. And notice that neutrality, that you're allowing your purpose and your energy to be an effective part of the world. Notice how from this moment on, you're going to move on and be the person you are with the loving energy that you already possess. Not allowing anyone to take that away from you. Allowing yourself to blossom, regardless of what someone else might think of you or behave towards you. Allowing your true essence to shine. Just like the sun. You know how the sun just keeps shining regardless of whether the clouds are there or not, right? Allowing yourself to just shine. Just shining forward. Knowing full well that if you continue to just shine, then every plant, just like the sun, will get its ray of light and bounce back with that blossoming. Awesome. Now I want you to think of something in the future. Go ahead and float. Go ahead and float in the timeline of your life. When you think about the past, which way do you point to? When you think about the future, which way do you point to? And where is the now? Now, I want you to go ahead and float above now for a moment. Can you do that? Good. Now go ahead and go 6 months into the future. And now I want you to go 1 year into the future. Go 13 months, 14 months into the future, 15 months. Notice that calendar just turning all the way to 2 years, and 3 years, and 4 years, and 5 years. And now turn around and look at the now all the way from 5 years from now. And I want you to notice yourself and look at the time that you have ahead of you and look behind, right? And when you look back, I want you to notice today as the first day of your new relationship with the world. And I want you to notice a small action of loving self-care for yourself and feeling loved. And I want you to notice how that gives birth to another day of feeling loved. And I want you to notice the route completely changing because of this unique action that you've taken today. So much so that in 6 months from now, I want you to notice where you'll be based on this new action of being neutral with your emotions, allowing all judgments to fall down to the wayside, really going forward with that loving, open heart that you already possess inside. And now I want you to notice a year down the road from today, 2 years down the road, all the way down that 5-year path. And as you look back, I want you to notice the dramatic change and shift that can occur as you hold on to this beautiful consciousness of being open, loving, and releasing judgments. Awesome. Go ahead and nod your head if that you get some pleasure out of that. Good. Now I want you to go 10 years down the road. I want you to look back and notice the relationship you have with yourself and possibly with another person. It's been 10 years and the route has changed because of this decision of being loving to yourself and releasing the past. And notice the loving relationship you're having now. I want you to notice yourself embracing in the arms of someone that you truly love. You don't see a face, but you do see the love and the vibration, whoever, whatever that may be. And now I want you to notice yourself as you're going through these emotions of being in the arms of a loving person. I want you to notice how you're also perfectly fine by yourself. Just notice and get some pleasure from that. Of being independently okay with yourself, yet choosing to be in a relationship because of that filled cup that has so much to offer. Because of the self-care you're going to be doing now, today, and from this day on. Allowing that cup to become flourishing and overflowing, like that flower that you've opened up. Awesome. 10 years, 15, 20. Now I want you to go 30 years down and look towards now. Is that all right with you? Awesome. I want you to notice your children smiling. Like a flower, they're just opening up too. And I want you to notice how you're so focused now because you filled up your cup, you've done your self-care and you do that every day. You're so focused on sharing with everyone around you that there's no time to even be self-absorbed. Notice that for a moment. And only because you did self-care though, and self-care is different from being self-absorbed. Good. 30 years down the road, I want you to notice successful relationships. A successful relationship that you're having and you continue to have because you have a successful relationship with yourself on an everyday basis, because you take time to take care of yourself on an everyday basis. And I want you to notice a day where a partner of yours notices that you need to do some self-care, and you notice that you need to take a moment to yourself, and notice that moment and see yourself right now taking that moment and saying, I need to go take care of myself, and go ahead and do that thing that needs to do in order to take care of yourself, to fill up your own cup. From now on, allowing yourself to immediately notice with your intuitions the moment you need self-care, to withdraw and take care of the most important person in your life. Who would that be? You. Now I want you to notice that there's a value hierarchy inside your subconscious mind. And I want you to tell me, what's your number one value in life?
Respect.
Respect. What else? What's your number two? Or give me a few of your values.
Respect.
Okay.
Not to judge.
Okay. What's the opposite of not to judge?
Accept.
Accept. So respect, acceptance. What else?
Forgive.
Forgiveness. What else?
Empathy.
Empathy. Great. And which one is number one right now?
Respect.
Okay. And where's relationships in your hierarchy of values?
I don't understand.
What number is relationships? Like you said, respect, forgiveness, acceptance. Where's relationship? What would that be? Where would you like to place that? Like from 1 to 10.
1.
1. Okay. And where's your self-care? Where is that right now?
1.
1. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and think of self-care for a moment. And notice if it's bright or dim.
It's bright.
Bright. Okay. And think of relationships. Is it bright or dim?
It's neither here or there.
Neither here and there. Okay. Now how about the relationship with yourself?
It's pretty bright.
Pretty bright. What I want you to do is go ahead and take the relationship that you have with yourself and you notice that it's bright, make it even brighter. Make it so bright that nothing else can take the place of that. Make it real bright. Because your unconscious mind will know that if something is really bright, it should put it at the number one value right there. Make it really bright. Make it panoramic, make it colorful. Give it some sounds of love. Give it that look. You know when someone looks at you and you know you feel loved? I want you to give that look to yourself for a moment. Awesome. Make it even brighter. Good. Make it panoramic. Make it that has like a colored frame around it. And then feel the vibration, sense the heat inside your body of just that aliveness. Of being super alive, knowing you are loved regardless of what anyone else thinks of you. as you're releasing any judgments, bringing in super acceptance into your life. Good. Now I want you to think about an action you want to take as you walk out of this session today. It's a positive action. Something that gives you a sense of wellness and power and respect. And tell me when you have it. Okay? So go ahead and bring your thumb close to your other finger. If you want to look at mine, see? Like this.
Okay.
Okay? And open it up. Yeah. And I want you to... Is this action something exciting that you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the action?
To take with me this
Yeah?
moment and to not let it stay here.
Okay, what's the opposite of not let it stay? To take it with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to keep the moment. Okay. So what I want you to do is go to the peak of this moment right now. Okay? And as you get to the peak of this moment of knowing this truth that works for you, when you get to the real peak, go ahead and touch those two fingers together. And keep it like that, and only when it subsides, let it go. Awesome. Now I want you to think about something else in a few days from now, another action that you're going to do. A behavior. In other words, getting up in the morning to do some self-care. Getting up in the morning to maybe make that juice that you want to make with the blender that puts you in a good mood. Something of that sort, right? Or you can even think about a time when you just hysterically were falling on the floor laughing at something really ridiculous. Can you think of something like that? Okay. So when you get to the peak of that moment, I want you to touch those two fingers together. Awesome. And when it begins to subside, let go. Good. Excellent. Another suggestion I'm going to make for you is to listen to the CD I'm going to give you. I'll give you a special CD to listen to. Okay? And also, I'm going to give you a book that I want you to go through this book. And every week I want you to do a chapter. Is that alright with you? Okay, cool. Excellent. Very good. Wonderful. You could drop your hands now. So remember this finger, it acts as an anchor. So every time you need to get into that state, all you got to do is just tap those two fingers together. It brings it back physiologically. Okay? Awesome. So you ready to slowly come back to now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the suggestions that I gave you today are deeply planted inside your subconscious mind. It's like the tree, when you plant something and it just keeps growing every day more and more. So just allow them to naturally take its effect inside you. Every day it will just grow, right? It's very subtle. In moments when you least expect it, it just kind of catches up with you and helps you make those wonderful intuitive choices that you already have inside. Is that okay?
Final suggestions and
It is okay now to let go and enjoy the fact that you have the right and that you are worthy of feeling your best. It is okay to let go of guilt. Just let it go. It is okay to let go of guilt. Just let it go. Allow yourself to have forgiveness for yourself and others as forgiveness gives you wings. Allow yourself to have forgiveness for yourself and others. To let go of guilt. To have forgiveness for yourself and others, releasing guilt, shame, hiding, anger, sadness, and fear. Each and every time you watch or hear this replay or any of the future meditations, all of these suggestions become deeper and deeper embedded in your being. At this point, you've already began the process of letting go of habits that are no longer serving you. Each and every day, you become more and more powerful in allowing that letting go process of habits that are no longer serving you. In replacement of the habits that are no longer serving you, instead you download and empower important behavioral shifts that lead to your everyday stage of life to help you shift and transform. Each and every day you begin to only notice the wonderful, pleasurable, good things of life. Even amongst Corona times when things seem a bit vague, dark, unknown, you, on the other hand, feel empowered, strengthened, a leader, someone who is here to give and share. You feel comfortable, you feel abundant, you feel self-reliant. You feel that even though you don't know exactly what to do at all times, yet at an inner core, your intuition has a sense of serenity and peace, knowing what to do exactly from an inner energy that comes from your inner voice. Each and every day, you naturally and effortlessly get more and more attracted to foods and nutrition and elements that are good for you. You make sure to do the basics like exercise, breathing deep, walking, and looking at positive images. Each and every day you get less and less attracted to fake news, more and more attracted to deeper meditative spirituality. Each and every day your growth becomes better and better. Each and every time you hear my voice, these wonderful sounds of permutations of relaxation become deeper enhanced in you. You make it a point to make these transformational shifts and these sessions and attendance your top priority. As a result, following these teachings, reading, listening, and following these teachings help you to grow, and you make it important in your process of growth. Each night when you place your head on your pillow, all of these powerful suggestions for transformation and goodness become 100 times stronger. In your dreams, these powerful changes get strengthened and reinforced. Good. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and with each count you'll come back a little bit more into the room, a little bit more ready, and we're going to have a little conversation about how all of this went for you. Before we come back, I am suggesting a deeper suggestion for you to embed all of these changes and learnings and shifts, and to keep this wonderful state for all the changes that you wish to make. From this day forward, it becomes easy for you to attend wonderful things that change your life. You commit yourself and declare that you are committed to this transformation that we are doing together, in all of its steps, in all of its stages, in all of its energy, time, money, connection, being together, community, everything that it entails for you to make this a priority and a reality for your being in your personal development. Each and every day you make your personal development here of top priority. Each and every day you make your personal development here of top priority. Never again will you make unimportant things too important. Instead, you will make this personal development your top priority. Good. 1, coming back more into the room. 2, bringing your body consciousness back into the room. 3, coming in contact with your body as you wiggle your toe. 4, coming 50% into the room. And 5, opening your eyes to a more wakeful consciousness, ready and eager to work through your day and to move through in a very positive fashion as we share together our experience about this meditation.